Good morning, guys. So it is very early on a Sunday morning and I am on my way to the BlogOn Conference at the Museum of Science and Industry over in Manchester. I've never been to this conference before, so I'm really excited. I don't quite know what to expect, but I'm going to some really interesting sessions today. Sessions on making money with your blog, how to work with brands in the run up to Christmas, an Instagram session and a YouTube session, which I'm obviously very excited about, because anything I can do to help myself learn and develop on YouTube is fantastic for me. It's going to be attended by bloggers from a range of different industries, I think, and yeah, I'm not quite sure what to expect, so come along with me and let's see what this conference is like.
So affiliate links, yeah, affiliate, there are loads of those affiliate things. You can sign up, then you can choose what companies you want to work with, and you get obviously a percentage commission on what is sold. You could have some ad placements on your blog, joining an ads network. You know, when people look at your blog, that there'd be ads at the top, maybe in the middle of your post and things, and then you'd get some money. It only works if you're getting a lot of page views. You can present for brands. If you're talking at conferences, creating demonstrations, if you've got a skill, I mean, why not use it? Being a blog ambassador, when I started, I thought, ooh, people give me things and I do that. Of course I do it for free. It's free advertising for them, because all they send you is samples. You know, when somebody approaches you and say, would you like to be an ambassador for us? What kind of budget have you got? Always ask for budget, because even though people might claim they have no budget, they have budget. So if you agree to exclusivity, you can ask for more money. Obviously you want to have a figure in mind, get their budget. So always ask, oh, what's your budget? And if they say, oh, how much do you charge? Then try to go back one more time and be cheeky and say, oh, but just let me know what your budget is and then we can talk about it. If they really insist on knowing what you charge, think about your figure. If you're thinking £500 for 2 posts, just double it. You could end up with photography commissions.
And that, my friends, is how you do a raffle.
Set up your channel, what next? Use your voice, be authoritative about what you are talking about. Don't be afraid to be unpolished. It's not Hollywood, it's YouTube. Your schedule is going to be different for everybody. You kind of have to liken it to TV. They don't just randomly put TV shows on willy-nilly. So you should kind of think about that when you're thinking about YouTube. And it might be you put a different thing up each week or each day, but try and be consistent. So maybe say I'm always going to post on a Tuesday, so that people know when to expect something from you. The 3 P's of video are your planning, your production, and your promotion. Try to give equal time to all 3. Planning a video video, I'll just write a few little notes in here about what I want to do. So I'll write the title of it, I'll write how long roughly I want the video to be, and then I'll just write some notes about shots I want to capture. It makes the edit so much easier. You plan out your content so that it's well timed. If you're planning on doing Christmassy stuff, there's no point doing Christmas at home and then putting your Christmas stuff up in January. For me, that middle P is the big one. That's a massive time intensive part of it. Filming, it's editing, it's sometimes the re-filming, the re-editing, but it's also things like picking your music or picking your soundtrack. The worst thing you can do on YouTube is put a video up and then do nothing, because in those first few hours on YouTube, they're looking really closely at your video. They're working out how they're going to rank it and what they're going to do with it. So those first 2 to 3 hours are really, really key. You need to make sure that if you can be the first person to comment on your own video, that's great. So go on, ask your viewers a question about something in the video. So like, this is when we went out today. Can I have done something similar? Because often you'll find, if you watch people that do this, there's loads and loads of replies. Similarly, when you put a video up, that is the good time to go around and visit what everybody else is doing. Because YouTube will be looking at your video and they'll be seeing that you're commenting all over the place. People might be coming then across to see what your latest video is. Obviously share it everywhere. The more places you can share it across your social media, the better. Talking about your channel, give your channel a little bit of love. You know, it needs to look nice. People need to want to look through. Make sure you're using playlists. Not everybody does. Create playlists and group your content together. If you're doing a review of a car seat, that name of the car seat needs to be in your title. It needs to be probably in the first sentence of your description on YouTube, and it needs to be in your tags. You need to make sure that it's put in all of those places so that you make sure that you're flagging up, because we just said it's the second biggest search engine. And eye-catching thumbnails, faces on thumbnails do loads better than anything else. Cameras, lights and sound are kind of the main things that you're going to kind of get hung up on equipment-wise, but the simple fact of the matter is the kit that you feel comfortable using and that you have to hand is 100 times better than buying some fancy kit that you don't know how to use, don't feel confident to use. iPhones, lots of camera phones, most of them are HD video now, which is perfect for it. Flip screen camera, I know there's a lot of these around which are really useful if you're wanting to do kind of talking to camera videos. One word of warning though is this is really distracting up here. People are kind of just talking just slightly above. Some people will go for DSLR option. I basically use these two and a GoPro, but I use them all for very different things. The natural light is always going to be your best friend. The camera on the tripod in the window. Lots of natural light on your face, but be really careful of shadows. We're obviously getting into that dark and dingy time of year where it's not quite so easy. I've got 2 light boxes. Mine are about £60 off Amazon. Have kind of soft, diffuse sort of light, but you do kind of have to have them in a pair, because if you only have one, then you get shadows. You can kind of pick one from each side. Or you can go for a ring light. Has anybody seen those? These are quite fancy with the beauty bloggers, where they basically have got their camera set up and then they've got a light. Goes around. So their eyes always look really twinkly, they're very pretty. Half the time you're not actually watching YouTube, you're listening to YouTube. So sound is really, really important. There's various different things you can do about that. I mean, like I said, I just try and video when my kids aren't home. It tends to be the best way to get it nice and quiet. You can get a Rode mic, which is probably your best bet. If you have a look on Amazon for those, they're quite good if you do want an extra mic when you're out and about. You're not fussed about monetizing your YouTube video, don't worry about it. Basically use whatever music that you want. If you want to monetize your video, you do need to go and look for copyright free, royalty free, Creative Commons licensed music that you're allowed to use. If you go into the video manager, go to the creative editor, and in there is you can search the audio library. If you go in there and you type in a song that you want to use, you can find out whether that song can be used on YouTube or not. I always try and video a beginning and an ending. Try and do a mixture of longer shots and clips with sort of short snappy clips. And I'll also try and get moments of movement, also moments of stillness.
So that's it. That's the end of the BlogOn MSI Winter 2016 conference. It's been a fantastic day. I've met loads of great bloggers, loads of inspiration for MeetOtherMums, loads of inspiration for Midway vlogs. So thank you to everyone who organised it. You did a sterling job. It was absolutely fantastic, and I hope you've enjoyed watching this. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe to my channel, and I really look forward to seeing you guys again. See you later.